What's happening, guys? Ed from TechSource, and in this video we're going to take a look at the ETROBOT RGB Mechanical gaming keyboard. By the way, huge thanks to LastPass for sponsoring this video. LastPass is the all-in-one password manager that not only remembers your passwords, but also keeps them safe. I use it every day to remember all my login information and passwords for the websites I visit. It doesn't only store passwords, you can also use it to keep important information like bank accounts, insurance information, and more. It keeps it all organized and safe in their vault. You can also share your passwords conveniently and safely to your friends or family through the vault, and it's now easy to use with the new iOS update. So you can store your passwords safely and not have to remember them ever again. Thanks again to LastPass for sponsoring this video. To learn more, click on the link below. So I was shopping around to find a mechanical keyboard to do a video on, and this one caught my attention for several reasons. The price, the rating, and the design. It just looks like a really cool keyboard, and judging by the reviews, I thought, hey, maybe you guys might be interested in it as well. I did accidentally buy an extra one, and instead of sending it back, I'm just gonna do a giveaway on it. So if you guys are interested, all you have to do is drop a like and leave a comment below on what your favorite part about the keyboard was. I'll pick a winner next week and I'll announce it on my Twitter account, and yes, this is worldwide. So the keyboard is currently going for $60 on Amazon, and it comes equipped with Huano switches. They're basically equivalent to Cherry MX Blues. By no means am I a switch expert, guys. I cannot tell the difference between these and actual Cherry MX Blues. All I know is that they both sound and feel the same to me. People online say that the Huano switches are slightly heavier to press than Cherry's, which is actually true because they have an actuation force of around 60 grams. You still get that satisfying click and the tactile bump that you expect from Cherry Blues while typing. I personally don't like blue switches. I'm not a fan of the tactile feedback and how loud they get while typing or gaming. My preferred choice is always Cherry MX Reds. As far as build quality, the ETROBOT is built really well. For $60, I'm impressed that they were able to use an aluminum frame for most of the keyboard. In fact, the only plastic piece is the back cover. There's no noticeable flex anywhere on the keyboard, nor is there any bowing in the center. Overall, very solid construction, and it's pretty hefty too. All right, now let's talk about the keys. So this is a full-size 104 key anti-ghosting keyboard with a Windows lock and a full numpad. The keys are nicely spaced and have a concave shape to it, which helps identify the center of the key. That way you're not accidentally pressing other keys. I also didn't notice any noticeable wobbling on any of the keys. Once again, solid construction. As far as the font, I'm not a fan of it, to be honest. They're nice and big, which is great, but it looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. Some of the keys are harder to read, like the letter B and the number 6, which to me looks like the letter G. The keyboard does come with media controls, however they are hidden, which is kind of annoying. You have to actually look in the manual to figure out which keys do what. For example, holding the function key and pressing F8 will skip track, and the F7 pauses and plays. Sometimes I would forget which key does what, so I accidentally press the wrong key, and instead of pausing or playing, it skips to the next track, which I find kind of annoying. What I would have preferred to see is text on the side of the key labeling what each key does while holding down the function. I don't think it's going to be a deal breaker for most people, however. I guess it's a lot better than not having any function keys at all. Sadly, the keyboard does not come with a wrist rest, nor do you get any extra keycaps. Instead, you will find a key removable tool and 2 extra switches in case you need to replace some. Speaking of replacement, you can actually hot swap this entire board, judging by one of the reviews left on Amazon for this keyboard. So if you guys are not a fan of the blue equivalent switches, then you can swap them out with the ones you prefer. On the bottom of the keyboard, you'll find the standard rubber feet and legs that give you a bit of tilt. Another thing I don't really like about the keyboard is the cable running straight from the center of it. It's actually more of a nitpick than anything, really. I much prefer keyboards with the cable coming out from the center because I do like to route the cable straight underneath my desk for a much cleaner look. But unfortunately with this keyboard, I'm not able to do that. Finally, let's talk about the lighting, which I think is the main selling point of this keyboard. I do want to start off by saying that the RGB lighting on this keyboard is on par with other high-end keyboards like Corsair and Razer, which is crazy considering it's only $60. Aside from the keys being backlit, there's an ambient light that wraps around the keyboard from side to side, which I think looks really cool. The keyboard has 18 backlit lighting modes and 9 ambient light modes. You can control the color of the lighting with the function and the right arrow, and the brightness with the up and down arrows. And the left arrow controls the direction of the lighting. To control the effects, you have to use the function and any of the 6 keys above the arrow keys. The plus and minus buttons control the speed of the lighting, and finally, to control the ambient lighting around the sides of the keyboard, you have to use the print screen key. If you guys want to see all the RGB effects that the keyboard can do, I actually made a separate video going through every single lighting effect with this keyboard, so check out the video if anyone is interested. I mean, it doesn't have a wrist rest and the function keys are invisible, but damn, does this keyboard kick ass in pretty much everything else. This is honestly the perfect keyboard for anyone that's looking for a solid RGB mech keyboard minus the high premium price that they would have to pay for it. I just wish they had a white version of this keyboard, which I think would look way cooler. And that pretty much wraps up my review of the ETROBOT keyboard. If you guys enjoyed it and want to see more types of keyboard videos on the channel, feel free to drop a like as always. And don't forget to comment below on what your favorite part about this keyboard was if you want to enter for a chance to win one. Once again, it is worldwide, and I'll announce the winners on my Twitter account. Thanks again for watching, guys. I love your faces. As always, I'll see you in the next one.